So, friends, good evening. Today we've got an interesting set of jokes. Who do you think today's jokes are about? Today, our jokes are about the Doberman. Richard, the jokes are about you. That's how it is. Oh, turns out this is a really famous breed. People have come up with all sorts of things about them. Here's the idea. A burglar sneaks into a house and is creeping around in total darkness. Right, Richard? A burglar. The burglar is sneaking around. There you go. Yeah. Suddenly, in the dark, he hears a voice. Jesus is watching you. The burglar freezes. Then it's quiet again, so he keeps sneaking, and again in the darkness, the voice says, Jesus is watching you. So, the burglar turns on the light and sees a parrot sitting there. He goes, "What the heck? Are you trying to scare me, parrot? What's your name?" The parrot says, Vasiswari. He says, "What a name. Well, look, the Doberman's name over there is Jesus. That's how Jesus is watching you." Yeah. Or, here's another joke. So, at the vet clinic, a poodle and a German shepherd meet there. The poodle asks the shepherd, "What are you in for?" "Well," he says, "I was just sitting there, sitting by the door. So I see this hot female dog walk by. I couldn't hold myself back, ran after her, broke down the door. So now they're bringing me in for neutering." The poodle says, "Yeah, pretty much the same story with me." He says, "I was sitting there, looking out the window, and I see a female dog walking by. So I lost it, ran after her, smashed the window. Now they're bringing me in for neutering too." And then a Doberman walks in, a real handsome guy. Yeah. They go, "Hey, so what are you in here for?" "Hey," he ran off. "So, what are you in here for?" "Well, all around defense." "Yeah," he says, "well, we were out walking with my owner. And my owner, she's a blonde, blue eyes. She's got a figure, a real bust. Yeah, she's all curvy, beautiful." Yeah. So, he says, "We were out walking, and she was wearing a really short skirt, and she bent over in a certain way, and I just couldn't help myself. I fell in love with her," he says. "So what, they brought you in for neutering?" "No," he says, "just to get my nails trimmed." That's the story. Oh, just to get my nails trimmed. Yeah. Here's another joke. So, a guy is looking out the window, and he sees this procession going by. At the front, there's a man walking with a Doberman, and behind him they're carrying a coffin. Yeah. There are people walking, and next to them they're carrying another coffin, and then about 50 people are following behind. He's like, "Damn, that's something." He gets curious. So he comes out and asks the guy with the Doberman, "Hey, what's going on here?" The guy says, "Well, my wife, she was unfaithful, always running around with other men." He says, "So I set the Doberman on her, and it tore her to pieces." That's what he says. And the second coffin? He says, "Oh, that's my mother-in-law. She was acting up too." He says, "So I set the Doberman on her too, and it tore her up as well." "No way." He says, "Hey, can I borrow your dog?" He says, "Yeah, of course you can. Just get in line over there, wait for 50 people, and that's it. Your wishes will all come true." That's how it is, guys. So, it turns out Dobermans aren't even Jews, they're just dogs. Richard, all around defense. So, Richard came back from his mission. Richard ate everyone. In short, he's a fifth-year student.